of the joy you get when you're being creative. And you can't do it well when your mind is full of shit.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Artist on Record. I am Stefan ADIKA, and this is our playlist, Artist Rewind, your ultimate intimate conversation with your favorite artist. And also, don't forget, if it is your first time here and you love rock and roll as much as we do, subscribe, hit the bell to be reminded so you don't miss any other episodes. And remember, the first of the month, we have a vinyl game show. We're giving away vinyl prizes. So check that out as well. Links are down below in our description. Everybody, put your hands together. It's part 2. It's the VAI. We're going to talk a little bit about Frank Zappa on this episode. It's only rock and roll, kids, and we like it.
That's the kiss of death.
That's
the kiss of death to your freedom when you take things personally.
That's true. It's true. I mean,
and that's changing now. You can see it because, as you mentioned, you can't even write certain things. You're afraid of it. People don't realize that there's nothing in the words. The words mean nothing. It's the intention behind the words. But people use the words to demonize others, and this is a form of insanity.
Yes.
So the world, oh, not the world, but people, and it compromises your freedoms, because it's like racist. Where do you get that? Why me? I don't recognize it, but or me expecting other people to be different so that I can be happy. How does that work out for you? It doesn't.
It doesn't work out.
And you don't like it. You don't like it when you feel that. So really the key is allowing others to be who they are and enjoying those aspects of them that are enjoyable, and you doing what is comfortable, natural, and authentic to your personality without giving excuses to anybody for anything.
Anything. Amen. You got the honor. Let's go early, Steve. Frank Zappa, which a mutual friend of ours is the Vaultmeister, Joe Travis. Joe, if you're watching.
Travers, incredible drummer.
He's just a good guy all around.
He's great. I think I may have told Joe once, I believe that Frank would have loved to have Joe in the band because I played with Joe and I've been through a lot of Zappa stuff, and I think he would have been excellent with Frank.
Wow. He's just one of those drummers that plays everything. He's big in the glam rock. He loves all the 70s glam rock.
Yeah, we've had little Alice Cooper hernias now and then.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Now, I just seen, well, I'm going now because I want to know your Frank Zappa stuff, but you mentioned Alice Cooper. I just found out that you played on Feed My Frankenstein with Satriani. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played on Bulldog too, but yeah, that was such a great experience because I was so into Cooper when I was young. My God.
Right.
And still am. I love that guy. He's just such a trooper, such a, power, There's a guy that sticks to his convictions and makes no excuses. And when I got the opportunity, when he called me to play on his record, I was just so tickled.
You had your Circus magazine. Remember him on the cover?
Absolutely. I probably still have it.
Oh, that's great, huh? And then you're working with him.
I'm working with him, and he's such a cool guy.
He is.
It was one. I did a gig in Rock in Rio, big giant, and he was down there with the Hollywood Vampires, with Johnny Depp and all those guys, And I went over and said hello. And I went back to see Al. Now, Alice doesn't see anybody before a show because he turns into Alice Cooper. Like you talk to him, and he is the coolest, most unassuming, intelligent, interested guy, And then he turns into Alice Cooper, and he's the same guy, just badass. And I went to see him. He said, bring VAI back to say hi. So I was thinking, wow. I'm privileged, and he was Alice Cooper, and it was so great because I got to see him and talk to him in character.
That little kid comes out
of
God. You, right? How could you not feel that?
Yeah, and then Joe Travers and I would just spend time now and then when we were on tour together talking about Alice
Oh yeah. And how rock and roll was that early band and dirty and raw.
and theatrical. That's one of the things I love. I guess in my next Steve Vai life, I hope to have like my stage show be very theatrical. I
Yeah.
just never went there because of budgets or whatever. But not
Yeah.
not like Alice. But Alice is Alice. I don't think I'll be chopping my head off.
Well, he just, and you're totally right. He's a different guy
No,
when
he's
he's
a
Alice.
performer. He's an entertainer. He's an incredible performer. He's committed. We're lucky.
Behind me, you see what I got behind in vinyl? If you could
Yes,
see
I
that,
did. I
that
do.
West,
West Side Story. That's the
that
one.
that's the one. I don't know if the Steve Vai fans noticed, but that was a big influence of you when you were a little kid. West Side Story, huh?
Yeah, that was the biggest.
That was
That
the
was
big.
that was the first music that I heard that lit me up. I was a little kid, I what 6 years old, something like that. And at that age, you're only hearing what your parents or your brothers and sisters are bringing home.
Yeah.
And my parents were listening to comedy records, Italian polka accordion music, and Engelbert Humperdinck, and Tom Jones, which I really liked.
Me too.
But then they had West Side Story, and that to me was like a paradigm shift. When I heard that and watched the movie, I loved it because it had theater, it had drama, it had a story, it had acting, it had incredible historical melody and lyrics, and there was gangs and I thought, oh, and I really was attracted to the music because I knew it was composed and I knew what composition was. And that, like said, those ideas that I had, which were, I mean, I was a child, but they were still like, I could make music with a pencil, yay. When I heard that, it was like, you know,
Wow. Wow.
and that had a huge impact. Yeah.
One of the greatest. And you know what? I will name drop where it's due. I had the day before yesterday, the day when I got your email that you're doing my show, George Chakiris was on my show, the original Bernardo, and I was so thrilled. He has a
You're
book out.
kidding me, really?
Yes,
How did you navigate that?
because how did I get you? Right? Look, I
Well, we both know somebody.
we both know I got you because of a friend of mine, and I hope I'm doing a good job and I'm
You're
impressing
doing
you.
great. I'm enjoying this.
So that's why I had the record out. And then while I was doing my research on you, I'm like, me and Vi are gonna be friends. If he likes West Side Story, stay cool,
Oh,
boy.
it was a paradigm shift in my life. I mean,
Mine
that
too.
was ever ever since then. I I've always been into composition, but that was the catalyst.
That was it. That and uh, James Cagney singing. I'm a Yankee. When I was a kid, I used to
Oh,
just sing
right,
it.
right, right. It's
I was.
funny those things that you grab as a kid in your innocence that, we talk about now and we go, whoa.
The
My first
innocence.
record was Yogi Bear and Friends.
Was it really Yogi Bear
Yeah,
and Friends?
Yogi
Your first
Bear and
one.
Friends. I was about 3 years old. My mother got it for me. Sorry, but the next record after that was Freak Out by Frank Zappa.
So you went from Yogi Bear to Freak Out, Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
Wow. Frank Zappa, what was he like as a person? I got to ask you.
Well, if you watch his interviews and stuff, that
That was him.
that was
That,
Frank.
that was Frank.
Yeah, he never lost character. Frank never changed who he was based on the company he was keeping. He would speak to me the same way he would speak to the president of Czechoslovakia or something like that. You know what I mean? And that's so you always know you're getting authenticity with Frank. And he was a free thinker, which is rare, and he was constantly being creative, and he had an incredible sense of humor. It had a sharp edge to it, and when necessary, and he almost had this clairvoyant ability to understand your intention behind the words you're speaking. Because with Frank, when you were talking with him, when he gave you his undivided attention, it's almost as if it was intimidating because whatever you're saying, the words don't matter. He could read your intention, and if your intention had any kind of an ego in it, like or unfair play, or man, you better be ready because you're going to get it back quick and hard. And I've
Wow.
seen that. We used to just wait for somebody to say something to Frank that had an agenda in it or something.
Yeah.
And boy, you got it back. So he was really brilliant and funny.
What a great mentor to have, huh?
God, Frank wasn't the kind of guy that would consciously mentor somebody. Like, come here, son, you're my no. But I know he got a kick out of having somebody as young and absorbent as me around. Because I just when Frank was around, that's what I watched. You know,
You soaked it in. You didn't take anything for granted, huh? You
soaked
took
it
it all.
in. God, I was 18.
And a kid. You were a kid.
I was a kid. Well, I started working for him when I was 18, and I joined the band when I was 20. I was with him for about 5, 6 years.
A long time.
Yeah, probably made 20 records or so.
Only 20.
If not more. Yeah, I got to check because they still release stuff with me on it.
They always have stuff. It's like never ending. It's like endless, his stuff that he
Yeah,
has.
because Frank was like an audio pack rat. He would record everything and film he documented everything. And they kept it all in a vault. And Joe Travers is the vault meister because he is aware of what's in that vault. He's aware. He's probably one of the only ones that's really deeply aware of what's in Frank's vaults because it's for I think a couple of decades now. It's been his responsibility to know what's in there and
Mhm.
to organize appropriate releases and to find the nuggets and the treasures. So he knows where all the bodies are buried in that vault.
Where we have more of Steve, just pop on that box right there to watch more episodes. Also, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell to be reminded. And remember, everybody, it's only rock and roll, and we like it. Who loves you, baby? We do.